1992 Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament is brought to you
live from the St. Paul Civic Center. This is Tier 1 championship coverage of the 1992 Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament. Now, KMSB Sports Director Perry Williams.
Good evening again, everybody. I'm Perry Williams, and welcome to our continuing coverage of the 1992 Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament. This is the night it all ends after 4 exciting days of hockey. This is the championship evening. If you're with us earlier this afternoon, you saw a championship already won. This is the first one ever in Tier 2 hockey. It goes the Greenway of Coleraine, 6-1 over Rosemont. So they are the champions, first ever in the Tier 2 category. But tonight, we move from the Target Center in Minneapolis to the championship game in Tier 1 at the St. Paul Civic Center. And to call the action, Doug McLeod and Lou Nanny. Good evening, gentlemen.
Well, good evening to you, Perry. And then there were two. Tonight, we will decide the last championship of the day, and that will be the Tier 1 tilt between the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars, the top-rated team in the state in the consensus polls, and the Moorhead Spuds. Not only an outstanding team, but one of the all-time, bar-none, great team names ever in the history of hockey. You know, this is a matchup that could have come in a lot of different ways coming into tonight. Bloomington Jefferson was a heavily favored team coming in. Are you surprised that it is a matchup between these two teams at all?
No, not really, Doug. As a matter of fact, these two clubs have been on a collision course for 2 years. A couple of years ago, Bloomington Jefferson Bantams went 54-1. They beat Moorhead in the finals. The only loss for Jefferson was against St. Clair Shores. And this year, Moorhead came down at Thanksgiving. They scrimmaged Jefferson. They beat him 6-3. Both these clubs actually wanted to play each other tonight. I think it's something that's been developing over 2 years. Both great teams, good balance, excellent speed, solid from goal on out. So I don't think it's a surprise to many people that have followed these two teams for a couple of years that they're here tonight.
Match made in hockey heaven, and there's no question about that. The Moorhead Spuds and the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. Let's go down to ice level now in the penalty box. Where else would he be? Tom Reed is standing by down there. Evening, Tommy.
Thanks, Doug and Louie. And I guess I have to agree there, Louie. These two teams have been headed for this for a couple of years now. It's interesting talking to the coaches. I said, what did you have to say to your players? They said, really, we had nothing to say at all. They know the importance of this hockey game. Very quiet around the dressing room. The Bloomington Jefferson players huddled amongst themselves earlier. The same with the team from Moorhead. And I'll tell you, this will be an exciting match. It's going to be good goaltending. I think it's going to be a rough, tough tumble. And it's going to be a heck of a hockey game to be a part of. Now let's go over to Jim Gilliland and Brian Brannan.
Thanks, Tom. I too sense only excitement and not really a surprise. Moorhead looked to be possibly the strongest team in that upper bracket. Jefferson's been #1 all year. Brian, our student athlete announcer, and of course, the outstanding hockey player for White Bear Lake. Brian, should be a good one, huh?
Well, definitely. I think we look at Jefferson. They have great depth on this team. You know, they have a big game from Joe Bianchi, the hat trick in the first, and Tim McDonald, the hat trick in the second. But tonight, I think we'll be looking maybe for a couple other guys to step through.
Could be speed on speed tonight. Back up to the booth now.
All right, Gilly and Brian, we know these two teams can skate. We know they've got good goalies. Jefferson's been rotating goalies all year without question, so Keppel gets back in tonight. Do you expect a high-scoring game?
Well, if 7 or 8 goals is high scoring, that's what I expect.
Okay.
I think it's somewhat medium because both teams also play good defense, and I look for a 4-3, 5-3 type of game.
Sounds just about right to me. The Jefferson Jaguars and the Moorhead Spuds will drop the puck for the Tier 1 title in just a moment. 92 high school hockey season, the Moorhead Spuds at 24-3, and the Jaguars of Bloomington Jefferson, 24 wins, 2 losses, and a tie. We're ready to go. Now let's meet the teams. And here is St. Paul Civic Center and State Tournament public address announcer Dick Stanford with the call.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the game, the Minnesota State High School Hockey Championship. Let's meet the players and coaches who brought their schools and communities to this game. First, the champions of Section 5 with a record of 24-2-1, the Jaguars from Bloomington Jefferson. Senior goaltender #1, Sean Glenn. Junior defenseman #2, Corey Peterson. Sophomore wing #3, Luke Murray. Senior wing #4, Tim Krug. Sophomore defenseman #5, Mike Crowley. Sophomore wing #6, Joe Pankratz. Junior wing number 7, Brian Young. Junior wing number 8, Matt Jones. Junior wing number 19, Court Lundeen. Junior center number 21, Nick Checo. Junior defenseman number 22, Dusty Anderson. And junior goaltender number 35, Randy Keppel. Head coach Tom Satterdahlin and his assistant John Bianchi. And now let's meet the champions of Section 8 with a record of 24-3, the Moorhead Spuds. First, sophomore goaltender, number 1, Jeremy Gregoire. Senior wing, number 2, Ryan Kappas. Sophomore defenseman, number 3, Rob Grammer. Senior.
Longtime assistant John Bianchi and the Moorhead Spuds, who come in as the champions of Section 8 under Terry Cullen. And Louis, here's a game that promises an awful lot of things for hockey fans. We talked about a little bit. Good skating teams, good checking teams. The goalies have been very good. Transition games have been strong for both these teams in the tournament so far.
I think this is going to be the fastest game of the tournament. These have to be the 2 fastest teams in the tournament from what we've seen. I'd have to say overall their speed is equal, but the quickness, 5 to 10 feet, I'd even give the edge to Moorhead.
Really?
So I think that you can watch Moorhead maybe operate lower than Jefferson. They'll have 4 checkers deeper and more of them because they really feel that they've got that little extra quickness to get back. Moorhead will use the body, but I have to believe that the harder hitting team is going to be Jefferson. Both goaltenders here have played solidly throughout the year. They each got a .915 save percentage, which means they're right on. So it's really a toss-up. The key is you don't know which goaltender really was tested the most throughout the year. What kind of defense that they have in front of them, were they getting much opposition and really tough shots to save? And so that's the key in this game. Who's going to get the more quality shots?
And you talk about coming out of excellent hockey areas where you're going to see some great talent out of Section 8. They've got some great teams up there. I caught part of their section final against Roseau, which was a good club this year, and they won the game 4-1. The Rams scored in the last minute when Leo Rugland scored, but other than that, Moorhead dominated the very fast skating game. And of course, Jefferson plays in the Lake Conference, which is some of the best hockey anywhere in the world, so they in high school, so you know that he's seen some quality shots too.
You know, Doug, both of these clubs have the top programs too right now. They're as good as any in the state. Jefferson's Bantam team and Pee-wee team is rated #1 in the state. Moorhead's program, Bantam and Pee-wees, are rated right up there. They've got top quality programs. So this, I could say right now, is not going to be the last time within the next couple of years that I feel you're going to see these 2 teams here. They're both extremely young.
And how unusual, after all the years of the small schools in Section 8, people forgot about Moorhead down there somewhere along the line. It is, I don't believe it's quite the biggest in enrollment. I think that's Bemidji, but it's very close. And here we go with the 1992 Tier 1 Hockey Championship game. The Moorhead Spuds and the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. With Blue Nanny, this is Doug McLeod, and this should be a dandy. Jefferson's Dan Treble throws it into the Moorhead zone, and the Spuds' Red Marston picks it up behind the net in his own zone. Out on the tape for Jason Blake. Spuds come away to neutralize. Here's DiFiore. Checked off at the line by 2 back-checking Jaguars. And to neutralize it is Rhett Marsden, who has a goal and 2 assists. Broken free by Chekhov. And he's Puck hits Ron Grammer on the skates. Boy, Checo has been buzzing around the net all through this tournament. Here's an icing call on Moorhead.
He certainly has, Doug. In fact, I was talking to Satterdahl, and before the game I said, who do you really feel is your heaviest hitting forward? He says, it's really close. He says, Matt Jones, but also Nick Checo. He says, when Checo plays against the line, the people in the Lake Conference know it. He's going to get them one time. Really? So he's going to make sure these other teams that he's playing against, those fellas are keeping their heads up. He likes to use his body, and he's persistent.
Bianchi won the draw, and John D. St. Hubert golfed it in. John Bianchi. Every time Jefferson's been to state, there's been a Bianchi there, not counting the assistant coach. And this one only started the tournament with a hat trick in the quarterfinal game the other day against Eden Prairie. One of those was a short-handed goal. And in a moment, we'll talk about Jefferson's special teams because they are sensational. LaFleur along the inboards now. Here is Moorhead's Justin Wagner. Plays it up the wing. They fence there. Wagner turning and drag away by D. St. Hubert. Scrum in the corner, and now Justin Wagner, number 6 for the Moorhead Spuds. We are 1 minute into the first period. Intercepted clearing passes has been the death of several teams in this state tournament. But here comes Salvavold. Broken up on the way in by Mike Crowley. And stick clear by Keppel. Back again, it is Josh Arnold for Moorhead. They're trying to spring Salvavold loose in front of the net. He goes down, is checked by Bianchi. Puck loose in the left corner, and here comes Jim Jacobson, number 8 for the Spuds. Lays it to the slot, but there away comes Court Lundeen. Moorhead chasing the puck now into its own zone.
There was a good indication of how low Moorhead likes to operate. 3 forwards all below the dot.
Matt Jones, number 8, throws one on, and a stick away by Troy Brecky, who's won both the games in the tournament for the Spuds. Haverlack plays it out here down the wing boards. Ryan Kraft coming behind the net. Haverlack was calling for the puck, but it was turned away by Dusty Anderson. Into the corner again now. Ryan Kraft for Moorhead, loose away behind the Jefferson net. They swing it up the boards, chipped clear by the Jaguars. Joe Pankratz, 2-on-2 at center, and slapped back by Ryan Kraft to Moorhead. Picking up now between the blue lines. Over the line comes Matt Jones. They bang it there. Here is Ryan Kappas for the Spuds, the Section 8 Tier 1 champions. Kappas, number 2, lays it over the line for Ryan Kraft. He gets drilled by Corey Peterson. And Peterson will pull it back now. The check was by Anderson. Peterson has the puck out at neutral ice. Moorhead turns it back. There is no score. Now with 12 and a half to go in the first period. The 1992 Tier 1 championship game. The Tier 2 championship already won earlier today by the Green Lake Coleraine Raiders in a 6-1 decision over the amazing Fighting Irish of Rosemont.
Thank you.
That'll slither back. No icing, obviously, as it wandered right on to Troy Brecky.
And both these clubs changing their lines extremely quick because they want to make sure they've got fresh people out there and they're quite confident in their balance.
Somebody gets tired early in the game, you give up a breakaway, and it can ruin your whole night. Here's Pankratz, but he's got a man on him, Di Fiore, all the way. Bodies banging again, and away now come the Moorhead Spuds to center ice. Moorhead's Di Fiore lost his stick down in the left corner, and Kate one there, and we'll have a penalty coming up on that collision. 11:41 to go in a scoreless first period. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with a 92 Minnesota State High School.
As Louis Paquin going to the box with a holding call. 11:41 to go in this first period. Real fast pace by both clubs. Jefferson on the power play, having over 50% success this year.
50.6%, Louis. The Jaguars have scored 38 goals in 75 tries this year. And the other side, it's a short-handed goal for Greg Salvavold. How do you like it? The Moorhead Spuds against arguably the best power play in the state. Strike in 12 seconds with a short-handed goal by Greg Salvavold, his first of the tournament. 1-0 Moorhead.
And Salvavold gets great pass from Jason Blake behind the net. Watch the tenacity of Blake working on the puck carrier here. He uses his feet very smartly to kick it to his stick. Centers it right out front, and there was Salvavold, and he just blasts it right by Keppel. A short-handed goal. Tenacity again and quickness of that Jason Blake, the fella that's got the most speed in this Moorhead Hockey Club, number 17, properly positions himself along the boards, kicks the puck free to his stick, and gives it to Salvavold to give Moorhead a lead of 1-0. And Bloomington still on the power play.
Blake gets the single assist on that short-handed goal by Greg Salvavold at 3:31 of the first period. Now the Jefferson Jaguars, I was about to say that 50.6% power play has been good in the tournament, 3 of 7, 42.8. Jaguars on the man advantage, and a minus shift so far on the power play. Mike Crowley wheels it in. Pankratz behind the net. Now they work up the wing for Bianchi. He turns away from the check by Salvador. That's chipped up into the Jefferson band area and out of play. 10:52 to go in the first. A minute 11 remaining in the Jefferson man advantage. It is 1-0 Moorhead on the shorthander.
And Moorhead keeping Jefferson outside on the perimeter. They're not letting him pass through the seams down low. They will give up some shots from the point. I talked to Terry Cullen before the game, coach of Moorhead, and he says we don't like to have passes go across the seam down low on us, and we will give up some shots from the point. So they're letting them pass on the outside. Jefferson should go back to the point and generate some attack from there.
Now minute 9 on the Jaguar man advantage, and that's cleared all the way down. Just under 11 minutes to go in the first. Right now it is Moorhead 1, Bloomington Jefferson nothing. Now they come to the line, nothing doing there.
And Doug, you notice Josh Arnold, number 5, he kills penalties whenever Moorhead's shorthanded. He's one of the top centermen on the club. He's back on the point.
Checo working and falling on the inboards, and it's retrieved by Justin Wagner. At the line, kept in by Jefferson. LaFleur working on the left point. Fires up the slot, blocked before Crump could turn it in. Here's Pankratz in the corner. He goes to the point to Brian LaFleur, shoots one on a rising drive, drops down to the corner. Now 25 in the power play for Bloomington Jefferson. Jags on the inboards, Plug is there. Sheffield taken up high. Here's the chance, thrown in deep by LaFleur. Bianchi fires, banged off the left wing boards. Tap free for a moment by Josh Arnold, but now in the corner the Jaguars will set it up again. Here's LaFleur, shoveled in, they go for the tip, Plug turning, drilled right out by Arnold, but kept in by LaFleur. Arnold knocked it out, LaFleur knocked it in. Here's Checo shooting wide. Up past Pankratz and close to the boards. Pankratz down to the corner. That's the end of the power play. Moorhead at full strength with a short-handed goal by Salvador to show for its trouble. That drive came on from Pankratz, but now the Spuds come back. Here comes Lewis Paquin. On a neutralized dog as he goes by McDonald. Paquin coming in. Paquin still holding and shooting, and he got bulldogged down by Nick Checo. Up the outboards we go to Peterson. That rolls back to the Moorhead zone. There will be no icing here. And so it'll be played by Ron Grammer, number 3. Jefferson's Ian Peterson swings down after him. Buck loose. Jaguars pile in. Grammer tries to clear. Jags keep it alive. Peterson shoots to the corner. Now it is Steve DiFiore of the Moorhead Spuds. Blocked by Jones. And it comes back to the zone again.
Doug, we're going to be lucky to get commercials in this game. The way the pace is going, you don't see high school games at a faster pace than this game is being played at right now.
One time by Marsden at the point. That hits traffic. The opposite 11, Ian Peterson. They bang it around with 8:38 to go in the first. 1-0 Moorhead on a shorthanded goal by Greg Salvador. Jefferson tries to get out of the zone. A poke check by Marsden. Knocked it alive. Here comes Matt Jones away for the Jags. Turned back in again by Marsden. Jefferson chasing it is Corey Peterson, and both teams change on the fly. Peterson angles away, tipped to neutral by Brandon Johnson. It'll feather down toward Troy Brookie, the Moorhead Spuds goalie. Bianchi just got him back in the zone for Jefferson, but Joel Jamison is there. They work to the line, Jaguars retrieve and got that one in. 8:05 to go in the first. Moorhead 1, Jefferson nothing on the shorthander. Into the corner they go to Joel Jamison. Bodies bang, in comes D. St. Hubert. Loose in the right circle, now it is Moorhead's Justin Wagner. Turn back the shot off Brookie. Jefferson can get you so fast. Powley shoots, big screen. Brecky's got it, and Brecky knocks it free. 7:46 to go in the first. It's Moorhead 1, Jefferson nothing, and there's a break in the action. We'll be right back with a 92 Minnesota State High School hockey tournament.
Same time, you have to remember, Jefferson had a 2-minute power play, which they had about 4 shots, but they did have an excellent chance there, right at the side of the net. Court Lundin and Bianchi both working away. Lundin with a good shot, Brecky with the big save, Doug.
Got to look at Ryan Kappas, but now they're going to take the late change. I should mention, you can tell by the sweaters anyway, Moorhead is the home team in this game. It's kind of an odd bracket they use here. The upper team is always the home team here. But Moorhead is the home team. Jefferson has been in the visitor bracket the whole way. So if you have a little trouble seeing those numbers, you're not alone, pal. Although the home jerseys are white with light blue or worse, so I'm not sure that's any better. But they're still a great hockey team, even if the announcers don't think much of their numbers. Here comes McDonald. Turned back now by the Moorhead Spuds. Brett Marsden slings it off the boards. Turned back out of neutral. Anderson. Now the Spuds throw it ahead. Grammer to neutralize. Loose again. Poked over the line. Here comes Brandon Johnson, but that's trimmed away by Grammer. Big check to neutralize, freed up the puck. Peterson through the check, and now Anderson turns and rides Moorhead's Jason Blake down to the right corner. Puck is alive in the Jefferson zone. Trying to clear. Matt Jones is there. Skims that one to neutral, but hits the skate of Brett Marsden. And that feathers into the Jefferson end. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first. Moorhead 1, Bloomington Jefferson nothing on the shorthanded goal by Greg Salvavold. Icing now on Jefferson, and with a score, the Spuds 1 and the Jags nothing. This is High School Hockey 92, live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
Body checking a little more than Moorhead. Do you think that they're trying to be a more physical team than Moorhead in this game?
I think they are right now, Lou. I think they're trying to control the situation in the physical area. The one thing I can't see all the game, because every time they come by the boards here, their sticks are up, and I'm ducking down here in the penalty box.
6:51 to go in the first period. It is 1-0 Moorhead. Moorhead wins the draw. Wagner there with a drive in traffic, and Randy Keckle will hang on.
Doug, in all these games, we've noticed neither club really seems dominant on the face-off. They win them, they lose them, and they have to bear down, especially when they're in their own defensive zone, because Moorhead did score a couple of goals, winning face-offs, one on the power play, one at full strength in the opposition zone. But each of them now has lost a key face-off in their own zone.
6:47 left in the first. It is 1-0 Moorhead. At neutral ice now, turned back by Moorhead. Ryan Kraft is there, met at the line. Now on the stick of Haberlack. Turned out for the Jefferson Jaguars. Pankratz peeled it off the boards, and it's flung ahead by Scott Hoyt. Now it drizzles down the left board. Justin Wagner, number 6, is there for the Moorhead Spuds. Glides it back out to neutral. Spuds come away. Here's Ryan Kraft with Haberlack in front of him. Checked off with a back-checking Scott Hoyt. This golfs off the boards. Nothing doing there. The Spuds throw it out of their zone. Now Ryan Kraft losing. He has Haberlack in the center. Fires the shot wide, but 2 back checkers by Jefferson. He effectively kept John Haberlack from getting in front of the net, and that's where they wanted to put it. Chip shot by Haberlack now goes wide to the corner. Golf to the point, and it just sailed away from Brett Marsden.
A good opportunity there for Moorhead, but they just missed the net on the shot.
1-0 the score. The Moorhead Spuds leading the Jefferson Jaguars. This is High School Hockey 92, live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
The final hockey poll of the year, but I'm not so certain that this would be the same. You see Moorhead down on 6. Had they been seen more often by some of these people and writers that have voted on this, I'm sure they'd be up more than a couple of notches. This is a very fine hockey club, this Moorhead team, with a great deal of balance and speed.
Now the puck comes away to the corner. 5:47 to go in the first period. It is 1-0. Here is Crowley. Now into the right corner. It is Mike Crowley for Bloomington Jefferson. Swings it up, poked up by Bianchi. Bianchi jamming on Grammer to get back there. It is poked back. Jefferson's alive. The shot score! Right from the high slot, it is Court Lundeen. That's his 18th of the year and first of the tournament. And with 5:25 to go in the first, now Jefferson is in the game, and it's 1-1.
And it was a great play by Lundeen. The puck got knocked away from Bianchi, but Lundeen, tenacious, following the play, picks it up, and he shoots a backhander through a screen. He cuts to the center, a good shooting area right here, let fly on the net. You see Brecky right behind his own defenseman Marston and the forward Joe de St. Hubert, and he probably didn't get a view of that puck. But a good shot by Lundeen, a good backhand shot. You don't see many backhand shots, not even in the pros, and you get a great one right there from Court Lundeen in high school. Brecky screened on the goal, undoubtedly because of the traffic in front. Lundeen really got some wood on it, and he took it to the good shooting area, just 25 feet out, straight out from the goaltender. Let fly and beat Brecky over the glove.
Court Lundeen's 18th of the year from Bianchi and de St. Hubert at 9:35 of the first period. That makes it a 1-1 game, and here we go. That was Jefferson's 9th shot on goal. Moorhead has not had a shot on goal for a good little while here. Now it is Jefferson's Nick Checo. He goes to the corner. Pankratz was wide open in the slot, but they had 2 Spuds down on Checo in the corner, which may not be a bad idea. Out of neutral ice, that pops away. Here comes Dusty Anderson for Jefferson. Pankratz is there, shadowed by Jason Blake. Away on the wing boards now, Tim Krug, number 4. The long angle slices off the board behind Pankratz, but he couldn't hang on. And Justin Wagner is Spuds. Pink one fires, and it's wide. Picked off by Jefferson's Dusty Anderson. Now behind the net they go. Pancratz with a one-touch and away. High slot to Nick Checo. Jaguars float through neutral ice. Checo driving the line on Grammer. Goes on the end boards, and Grammer goes on in. Puck off the side of the net, and the Moorhead Spuds will carry it away. Here is Rob Grammer, who was a forward until last month and shifted to defense now. At the line, late for the drive off Keppel. Rebound picked away by Jefferson. Both teams have been very good through the tournament at collecting rebounds and keeping second tries from occurring. Put in by Joe Pancratz, but it wanders on to Brecky, so there's no icing here.
And both coaches said they're not going to worry about matching lines, and you can see they're not. They just change whenever they want, as quick as they can, and whoever's up next just comes out.
Brandon Johnson is there. Johnson, number 16, walking, shoots, he scores! Brandon Johnson picked the smallest little corner you could get and dinged it in behind the far post on Brecky. And with 3:49 to go in the first, now Jefferson takes its first lead of the game, 2-1.
A good body check, a turnover, and a puck shot by Brandon Johnson through a screen of Matt Jones in front of the net. Here's a body check, but the puck right here gets turned over, and Johnson picks it up. Now watch in front of the net. That's Jones going to the front of the net. Number 8, he's going right in line with the goaltender. Johnson shoots. Watch this angle. He shoots right by number 8 here, right past the goaltender. A good, and even I think Jones even got his stick on that.
I think you're right.
And Jones did what he had to do. He went towards the net as the shot's coming. The puck just hits his blade, and Brandon Johnson shooting the puck gets a deflection off Jones. I don't know if they'll give it to him in the official score yet, but if Jones knows he touched it, he will get credit for that goal. But Jefferson coming right back after giving up the opening goal. Now comes back with 2.
I think that's what's happening now. One of the referees over there. Take a look here and look for a deflection here.
Watch Jones in front of you, the puck right here. There's where his blade touches it.
Yep.
Deflects it right past Brecky.
Jones.
Brecky's playing the shooter as he should do. But the puck just gets deflected off the blade of Jones.
Yeah, they have given it to Jones.
You like even those inadvertent deflections, Doug. Just skate towards the net. Good things can happen when shots go towards the net for you in their zone.
Shot on goal's never a bad hockey play, is it?
That's for sure.
Jones from Johnson. 11-11 of the first period, and it's 2-1. Again, the goal goes to Matt Jones. It is his second state tournament goal and 8th of the season. Matt Jones on the goal. His 9th goal of the season, rather. 2-1 Jefferson now on that deflection. Pulled away behind the net by Brian LaFleur. Jaguars on. D. St. Hubert tipped off Bianchi's stick. Here's a running push by Crowley. He's drilled by Blake. 3-on-2. The Moorhead Spuds come back. Jacobson poked it right to the front porch, and Keppel whacked it away. Jaguars cleared ahead. Now Crowley coming back. It is 3-on-1. Jefferson offside. Oh, well, 3:06 to go in the first with a score. Bloomington Jefferson 2, Moorhead 1. This is High School Hockey 92, live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
Always play like the pros with a slap sock stick from Christian Brothers.
In that position, the puck gets cleared there by the goalie. Crowley's going to go back behind the net, pick it up. He's their best rushing defenseman according to their coach. He takes it down a 3-on-1 play, and Jefferson with a tremendous boo-boo because they had a great opportunity to go ahead there with a 3-on-1 play but went offside.
Even the most experienced teams, sometimes you get that 3-on-1, you're in the tournament and everybody wants to go, go, go.
It's hard to hold back.
Hard to hold back, that's right. Popped ahead by Anderson. Here is Rhett Marsden now for the Moorhead Spuds. Almost threw it up for grabs, but Jim Jacobson brings it back. Possible 3-on-2, but the drop back is picked off on the way to Arnold, and this will just be icing by about 3 inches as it just missed the arc. With 2:35 to go in the first period, now it's Jefferson 2 and Moorhead 1.
One of the things Jefferson is doing very well, they're strong on the puck and on the puck carrier. They're coming away in the little battles with that puck, and that's really been the key to breaking out of their zone. They really don't have to go back deep to help out against Moorhead's quickness because their defensemen are strong on the puck, or the one back checker who's back there, they're coming up with it, able to make a short pass or skate out with it, and really relieving the pressure Moorhead's trying to apply.
2:35 left in the first. It is Bloomington Jefferson 2, Moorhead 1. With Lou Nanny and Tom Reed, Doug McLeod at the St. Paul Civic Center. The Tier 1 championship game. Haberlack. They knock it around. Pulled in by Kraft. Chopped out by Matt Jones. This has been a good hockey tournament all the way through. That lays through to Kraft, and he's nailed as he turned by Dan Treble. Jefferson Jaguars, Tim McDonald, who had the hat the other day. Now here comes Brandon Johnson. Shoots one on and deflected by Brecky. Into the corner it goes for Tim McDonald, who had a hat trick in the semifinals. Kicked behind the net now by Johnson. Threw it back, and it did pop through to Tim McDonald. Here in the corner is Matt Jones. Jones and McDonald working deep in the corner, pestered by Joel Jameson. Chasing behind the net is number 8, Matt Jones. He wheels it up high. Jones, Hoig tipped it. Now it's Kappas in the corner for Moorhead. He's checked off it, and Justin Wagner is there. They floated up the boards, nothing doing. Whoops, it's a 2-on-1 now for Moorhead. Out comes Ryan Kraft with Haberlack. Did not get it off.
A good play by defenseman Treble there. A 2-on-1 play, and with Haberlack coming on the far side, Kraft couldn't get the shot through Treble. A real good defensive play by the captain of that Jefferson Hockey Club.
That threaded the needle to Lewis Paquin, but it's turned back out now by Mike Crowley. Jaguars try to clear, tipped ahead by Lundeen, picked off by the Moorhead Spuds, but not for long. Little pick set by Treble, and the puck comes out to neutral ice. Can I use those basketball words? I guess I can, because wall-to-wall basketball starts next week. Last minute of play of the period. DiFiore laid it through for Blake. Here in the corner is Dan Treble for the Jefferson Jaguars to the point, golfed in. Turning around, throwing DiFiore. Nothing doing there. Picked off on the fly by Mike Crowley. Hits 4-on-3 as the Jaguars come in. A deep by Crowley. Taking it all the way back, but during the deep, Wagner was able to throw a splinter in there, I think. Lundeen jagged it down and off the young boards. 35 seconds to go in the period. Running done by Jefferson's Brian LaFleur. Inside left point it goes. Crowley flings it away behind the net. Here's Bianchi. Checked as he dumps it away to the corner boards, and now Hoig is there. This floats off the glass. Moorhead trying to clear, but a hit check knocks it free, and the drive goes high off the stick of D. St. Hubert. That nice hip check was by Lundeen that broke up the outlet pass. Now it is Moorhead at the line, but Paquin is a one-man army down there and is surrounded. Last 5 seconds now of the first period. Jefferson's Mike Crowley comes to the line. 1 second, they won't get a shot away, and that is the end of the first period of play. A dandy it was.
Tommy, do you find that the Jefferson tonight is more physical than they've been in this tournament, or have they been this physical throughout?
I think they've been pretty physical throughout this tournament. There's certainly a reason why they're more physical here tonight, Louis. The reason being Moorhead. Both these teams, I don't think there's any question why we're seeing both these teams in the championship game.
Well, it has been a dandy, and it's only 15 minutes old. On our TCF scoreboard, at the end of one period of play, Bloomington Jefferson 2, Moorhead 1. The TCF scoreboard is brought to you by TCF Bank. Banking the way you want it.
Located in the heart of Minnesota's resort area, the camp provides intense individual instruction combined with lakeside fun in a beautiful Northwood setting. Daily 7-hour programs of thorough on-ice instruction that emphasize the fundamentals of hockey. We also provide extensive dryland training, the newest trend in the hockey industry. Most of all, Heartland is fun. Fun that you can share with new friends and old. For a free brochure, call 1-800-945-RINK. That's 1-800-945-RINK.
Bloomington Jefferson leading Moorhead 2-1 after one period. Second period coming up shortly. Those of you who have been following the tournament throughout know that Toyota a little more if overtime should be the order of the day. Brian Bonnen, our student athlete announcer from White Bear Lake, has joined us. And Brian, a competitive first period. Moorhead got the first goal, but Jefferson, with all that firepower, came right back.
Right now, I think Jefferson does have the momentum. They get that one goal at the end of the period, you know, off a deflection. And I think they have a little bit of momentum going into the third, but Moorhead right after that goal came back with, you know, some shots of their own. So I think we'll have another battle, you know, in these next 2 periods.
These are the two teams everyone thought we might see in the finals, and so far they haven't disappointed. Let's go back up to the booth.
All right, Gilly, it's boy, what a great period of hockey we saw. Fast and everything we talked about, that's just what we saw.
That's right, Doug. We barely got the commercials, and I think you're going to see this all night long. Both clubs play at a high tempo, and they play a disciplined game. They don't go offside unnecessarily. They don't ice the puck stupidly. They really use a lot of their heads when they're playing the game, and they do have the ability to keep playing at this level throughout.
Well, let's take a look at the goals, and isn't it odd? Here's this vaunted Jefferson power play, and yet Moorhead's only goal is shorthanded.
Oh, great work behind the net, and when that puck is worked behind the net, you see Blake come up with it. He passes out front to Salvavol in perfect position. He just blasted home. A real good effort behind the net, but Salvavol made it work by putting that shot past the goaltender.
Then at 9:35, Court Lundeen gets the Jags on.
With a backhand shot you don't even see in the NHL very often. He got a lot of wood on that. He used the screen in front, but he went right to the slot area and blasted that one home to tie it at 1.
Then it was just over a minute later, 2 minutes later rather, the Jaguars scored again.
Brandon Johnson right here gets hit, gets back into play, but Matt Jones knocks the defenseman off the puck for Johnson to get it. He goes towards the net. As Jones is streaking at the net, Johnson shoots. It hits Jones' blade. Watch right there, and he deflected it in. Just a fortunate deflection for Jefferson, but that's the way things happen in the game. When you work hard and you take the body, good things happen, and they certainly happened at that time, and now Jefferson up 2-1.
All right, we're ready to go with the second period. 13-4, shots on goal, Jefferson. 2-1, the Jefferson Jaguars lead, and here we go with the second period. The Moorhead Spuds, Jason Blake swings it over the line. They turn it back out, kept it at center point by Rhett Marsden. Swung down to the corner, Paquin is there, slammed into by Peterson. Jaguars are trying to clear, look out, turned back by Steve DiFiore. Now it is Paquin, and he was bushwhacked by Dusty Anderson as he came into the slot, and deprived was DiFiore of his stick. Now a long board away will make icing for Jefferson. So they ice the puck 33 seconds into the second period. Jaguars still leading 2-1.
Anderson tried to bounce that puck on a bank shot off the boards of Tim Krug, who was breaking down the left side. But you got to play those banks perfectly or you can end up in icing. That time Jefferson just missed. Moorhead came out again with the quickness that they displayed in the first period. They're going to have to get a little more involved physically on the Bloomington Jefferson defense and try and cause some turnovers, because right now the defense of Jefferson has been playing very solidly and getting control of the puck quickly and moving it out.
Now the puck laid along the end boards. Here it floats away. The Jaguars, Bianchi comes out to neutral ice. They turn it there. Early in the second period, it is still 2-1. Bloomington Jefferson leads. The go-ahead goal right now, the tip by Matt Jones at 11:11 of the first period. Now a little feathering puck that almost, but not quite, got on to Troy Brecky. Now we come up to the line. Kept alive at the point by the Jaguars. Chopped by Bianchi. They fling it loose. Here's Lundeen along the end boards. Dogged by Joel Jameson. Picked out of the deep slot by Justin Wegner. Knocked away. And slid right up to the high slot, and nothing doing there. Well, what do you do with it? There you got it in your hand. What can you do with it?
He tried to put it in with his hand. That one would not have counted.
They'd have celebrated anyway, Louis. I guarantee you. For about 5 minutes. Jacobson tried to clear. Now it's in the Jefferson zone, and now it's out again.
See how easy Bloomington's coming out, Doug?
Back in comes Court Lundeen, cut off as he turned and stapled up against the glass by Rhett Marsden. This one slides away to neutral ice. Now it's turned into the Moorhead zone. Spuds wheel away. Rhett Marsden is there. Marsden close to the left side. Salvable. Scooped up by Keppel. He just put that glove down like he was fielding a grounder and scooped it up. We played a minute 51 of the second. It's still 2-1 Jefferson. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back.
Look at the defensemen. Each take a man. They clear him away, and the goaltender's able to freeze the puck. And the defense of Jefferson, undoubtedly the unsung heroes of this club throughout the year, because they just play solidly, effectively, not spectacularly, but they obviously are the best defense that this Moorhead team's faced all years. You look at Terry Cullen.
He was just today named Coach of the Year by the Minnesota High School Hockey Coaches Association, and congratulations to Terry Cullen, the ice boss of the Spuds. Put that on a business card. Here's icing now for the Jefferson Jaguars, a minute 59 into the second.
It's really a well-deserved award, too, because he's done a great job at this hockey club. And what I like about him is he really is honest, straightforward, and he tells you what he feels.
Yeah.
I talked to him a couple times during the tournament. He says, I really believe our team should be here. We think we had a good team, a team that really should have won our division. We think we'll represent our team well here. They've done that. He came out tonight, he says, we're not afraid of Jefferson, but we respect them. We know that we can play with them, but they are definitely, we feel, the best team we've played all year long, and we got to really play our best to stay with them and beat them.
And again, 2 years ago, these teams were the #1 and #2 Bantam teams in the state. A lot of the sophomores on these teams. When Jefferson won, at that time, its 49th game of the year in the state Bantam championships. against Moorhead. Offside as Rob Grammer picked that one up. 12:40 to go in the second. Still 2-1 Jefferson. There's a break in the action, and we'll be right back with the 92 Minnesota State High School Hockey
Club has only got 2 shots on goal from the good shooting slot area. Only 2. All the other shots are coming from the outside or from the perimeter.
Out of neutral ice, and Jefferson will chase in its own zone. 12 and a half to go in the second. 2-1. Jefferson leads Moorhead. Reminder that following the game, we'll pick a Bryant Cool play of the game. So stay with us for that. Moorhead turns it back in. Salvable in a crowd. Checked by Krug. And Krug really turned him off the puck and finally came out of the zone. There's a fine bit of play, too.
And you look at Corey Peterson, he's a little upset with himself. He made a good play. He broke the play up, but he wanted to get the puck off the glass up ice to a breaking winger. It just got up a little high over the glass. That's how confident they are in playing this game. He knows he can make the play here. All he wanted was off the glass and out. He got a whistle instead, and he knows you don't want to have too many faceoffs in your own zone. Paquin right now is wide open. If his centerman could draw the puck to him on the right side of this faceoff for Moorhead.
Comes away to Jefferson. Peterson plays it on the outboards. The Jaguars to neutralize. Pulling it away, Justin Wagner. And it is quickly 4-on-2. The drive on the slot from Wagner wide. Jaguars will try to clear. Now on the outboards, it is Pankratz. Loose for Nick Checo, cruising, and got his pocket picked by the leading Checo, Justin Wagner. What a good play by Wagner, as it turned out, though the Spuds almost got caught on it. Now here is Peterson in his own zone for Jefferson. Cross-ice pass for Krug. They try to angle that one in, but it's picked off easily by Rhett Marsden of Moorhead. At the point, kept in. Peterson shoots one high and wide. Off the outboards, DiFiore for Moorhead. Pulled away by Jason Blake. 2-on-2, he plays one over to Paquin. Lewis Paquin got nailed there by Krug. And we're going to have a holding penalty away from the action with 11:20 to go in the second period. With a score, Jefferson.
Checo breaking for the net. He gets the angle, cuts him off, and makes sure he gets control of the puck, takes it behind. Then Pankratz, number 6 for Bloomington Jefferson. You're looking at him now in the penalty box, gets caught for holding. Moorhead on the power play, trailing 2-1 with 11:20 to go in the second period.
First power play of the night for the Moorhead Spuds. Jefferson has had one, and that resulted in a shorthand goal for Moorhead. Salvable. At the hash mark, Jacobson couldn't keep it alive, and the Jaguars cleared it all the way down.
Just a little bit behind Jacobson on the pass. A good play, but it just was behind him. He had to reach for it and then couldn't cut into the slot area for the shot.
You get the feeling there will not be many penalties in this game. Certainly that's been the tenor of the game so far. So on the rare chances a team has a power play, these two excellent power play teams will have to feast on it.
That's right, Doug. They're both very disciplined. They don't take stupid penalties. And they each are extremely aggressive killing penalties.
Josh Arnold for Moorhead. Cutting in with Salvable. Nothing doing. Salvable now on the corner. Power play running a minute 8 for the Moorhead Spuds. We trail now 2-1. That drive was blocked. Another try there for Arnold. Goes wide. Played up to the hash mark. Turned in by Jacobson right off the leather. Now it is Scott Hoig for Bloomington Jefferson. They lock it up in the corner. Josh Arnold is there. Coming in is treble number 14 for Jefferson. Poked up high. Grammer will drive it back. There is Moorhead's Josh Arnold. 43 seconds on the power play. The puck was played with a high stick, and we'll take it all the way down with 10:02 to go in the second period. Coming up next week, it is wall-to-wall
right on the goaltender, and that one's saved by Keppel. They also had 2 other shots that missed the net. They've got to start putting the puck on the net. You don't get anything for missing the net, but when you put the puck on the net, you can get a goal or a deflection, a rebound, a number of things. Moorhead's accuracy, not quite there yet. Not as sharp as they were on the net in previous games.
Worst you can do is make them worry about it. Here comes Ryan Kraft. 25 seconds left on the Moorhead power play. We played just over 5 minutes of the second period of the 92 Tier 1 championship game.
There's another indication of why Jefferson's doing so well. You just see the defenseman there, Lafleur, beat 2 men off the puck and clear it. The defense of Jefferson are winning all the battles for the pucks.
Opposing power plays have scored. There's one right there, and Moorhead has tied the game. Jason Blake leads the charge, and it's a 2-2 game as the Spuds strike from a power play.
Boy, and he got quick. As Jason Blake The coach says always makes things happen when he's moving, and he moves continually. He's the quickest guy in the team. He makes a great shot. He gets a nice pass right here, and he breaks for the slot. Just breaks away, lets fly a shot down low, beating the goaltender. A heck of a pass, and really a good shot. You see him take that pass on the left side, and he is so quick to get in the holes. He can just accelerate, pull away from people. He does it there, and he just puts Moorhead right back on the board. I think he got that perfect little pass from Kraft. Kraft should get the assist. He give it to him.
Kraft will get one, and Bill Ottgrand will get the other.
Yeah, Kraft give it to him off the left side. A great play by Kraft to tie the game at 2.
Jason Blake gets the power play goal for Moorhead, and it's been special teams indeed tonight for the Moorhead Spuds. You live or die on special teams in the playoffs, and the Spuds are cooking, but here comes Jefferson's McDonald, and a shot triggered wide.
It's a good thing they didn't score that one. There'd be a lot of crying. That was definitely offside by about 5 feet.
I was just about to say offside and beat the referee to it, and it didn't get called. Here is Rob Grammer. Now Salvable comes in. Josh Arnold for the Moorhead Spuds. Checked in the corner, threw off the check. Puck drizzles away. Salvable went to the backhand and got drilled at the hash mark. Inside the point now to Jameson. Turned away to the wing boards. This will sail all the way down, and icing is called on Jefferson. 8:33 to go in the second period. With the score, Bloomington Jefferson 2, Moorhead 2. This is High School Hockey 92 cable system that usually does not carry KMSP. Well, why don't you give them a call? Tell them you want America's #1 independent, 365 days a year. We have great hockey, basketball. We have great programs, and of course our excellent movies and primetime news right here on KMSP TV. With Lou Nanny, Doug McLeod watching with you, the Tier 1 1992 Hockey Championship of the state of Minnesota, high school wise. Turning in, a check took Wegner off the puck. Bloomington Jefferson retrieves it neutral. Corey Peterson is there, riding along in a 2-2 tie in the second period. Moorhead Spuds on the attack. Ryan Kraft laid it in. Now it is Haberlack. Turned back, floats high. Wegner with a drive wide. Now Pankratz will turn it. Might be able to spring Checo, but could not. Everybody piles on the left boards. Puck's under there somewhere. Finally kicked away. Now Nick Checo, number 21, on the tape for Krug. Trying to spring free of Wegner. He did get free. Loose in the left side as Checo got shut down. Inside the point, Pankratz, a drive score! Off the crossbar. Pankratz laid it in, and then as the puck slid away to the right side, it was top shelved right in there.
I think it was Checo that got it. He was late coming on the play. Pankratz makes a real good play right out by the blue line and spins that thing down low. And what a play right here. Pankratz just turns and gets it down low. Checo's coming out of the corner lane. It is Checo right there, and he puts a top shelf up high. He's a fella that really makes things happen for this hockey club. A complete hockey player, and he makes an excellent backhand shot, beating the goaltender, putting Bloomington Jefferson up by 1, and that is just the first shot on goal this period for Jefferson. And it's one that counts because Checo is able to put it past the goaltender. There's 3-2 lead here for Jefferson, 7:38 to go in the second period.
Pankratz and Krug get the assists on Nick Checo's second of the tournament and 13th of the season at 6:22 of the third. And I'm glad to see him get a goal because, well, he has another one in the tournament already, but he makes so much happen down there. You like to see the guy get some points. We don't care who wins, folks. It's just when you see a guy who's worked hard all through the tournament, you like to see that rewarded with something better than a pat on the back or a line in the newspaper.
That's right, Doug. He plays the game like a bulldog. He's very, very tenacious and tough, and he likes to use his body. He's also good offensively.
He certainly is. Here's Jason Blake now. Dropped back, and as DiFiore picked it up, the Moorhead Spuds are offside. Bodies popping here. 7:24 to go in the second now. And the Jefferson Jaguars lead the Moorhead Spuds 3-2. This is Jefferson's second lead of the game.
When you saw Pankratz just spin around and throw the puck down, he saved it from going outside the blue line. And all you do in a case like that is you want to keep the puck deep, so you just shoot it towards the net. It's almost a hoper. Fortunately for him, Checo's coming out of the corner was alone.
Now the puck is up for grabs in the zone. Checo now becomes the leading scorer in the state tournament. He has 7 points now. McDonald incidentally is number 2. Reeling Peterson. It drizzled away. It's a goal. It's a goal. The light did not go on, but Jefferson has scored. The Jaguars score. The referee made the call.
saying no goal now. He's calling it a face-off on the side. You're right, the light didn't go on. He's waving it off.
The first thing he did was signal a goal.
Yeah, when you point like that, it's like you're saying the goal's in.
Yeah.
When you start pointing, you got to figure.
Then he looked to the goal judge. Yeah. Now watch the referee. He'll signal the goal. Then he'll look to the goal judge whose light is not on.
See, they're trying to jam it in there, and the puck is going on the line.
What's wrong with that? Was it deflected in?
Well, we got a better look from behind the net, I think, because from this angle it could be in, the other angle it might be just nestled against the pipe, and if the puck's got to be right across the goal line completely. We can't see it there. They talked to the goal judge. He said no, the referee had good position. He had excellent position, so he should be able to tell as well.
There's no goal.
But they both say no goal, so it stays at 7:02.
When is a goal not a goal? The referee signals a goal, checks the goal judge, then waves it off.
Here you see it trying to be jammed in. The goaltender thinks he's got it, then it squirts free. Pankrat's on the doorstep. Here comes the puck, squirting out right there, going towards the line.
Yeah, clearly. Now the question is, boy, what's wrong with it? I don't care who scores, but why is that not a goal? That's clearly over the end line. Well, whatever. 7 minutes to go in the second period. Unless it was a quick whistle, but I don't recall hearing one.
If he would have blown the whistle right away, he'd have given the wave offside.
You're right, so there was no whistle. Well, it is 3-2. Bianchi dropped it back. Picked off in the slot. Bianchi charging, but there's Troy Brecky to corral that one, and it is still Jefferson 3, Moorhead 2. This is High School Hockey 92 live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
Tommy, it seems to me that Moorhead, since that goal by Jefferson, has started to turn the puck over and not playing as well in their own zone down there. Are they getting a little frustrated?
I think they are, Louis, right now. The one thing is that they know how explosive Bloomington Jefferson can be. And I think what they're doing right now is just giving the puck up a little bit too much in their own zone. They seem to be hanging back a little bit too long at times.
6:37 to go in the second period. The score is Jefferson 3, Moorhead 2. Tom Reed in the penalty box. Joining us several times more through the tournament. For the evening, rather. Out comes Josh Arnold. It's 3-on-3. Moorhead shooting, save. And Kepler had that one come right straight onto him and knocked it right straight back out. Here's Justin Wegner for Moorhead to play it in. Spuds being outshot 15-9 and trailing the game at the moment by a goal. 3-2. 6:07 to go. That drive is off to the corner boards. Here's Greg Salvador turning in Arnold, and it poked away, and Jefferson's Brandon Johnson comes out. They lay it over the line. McDonald offside. 5:53 now to go in the second. 3-2 Jefferson. A little frustration for Matt Jones.
One of the things that Jefferson is strong at, they're strong at taking the puck along the boards in their own zone and just deflecting it out. Moorhead's been giving other teams problems through the tournament with their quickness, getting to the boards and jamming it. But even when they're jamming the boards now, the Bloomington Jefferson wingers are tough enough and strong enough and big enough to take the hit and just deflect the puck out to relieve the pressure.
15-9, the shots on goal now for Jefferson, but it's 5-2 Moorhead in this period. Spuds come in, the puck for Hammerlack. A jam away by Keppel. The defense cleared the slot, and out come the Jaguars. Brian LaFleur, hassled by Grammer, centering pass broken up by Rhett Marsden. Out come the Spuds, 3-on-2. Marsden with Hammerlack on his right now, Campus deep. Checked along the boards by Crowley, and the puck is cleared out by Jefferson. Moorhead kicks it up a notch now. Here's Ryan Campus at the line for Hammerlack. Taken down, Jefferson trying to clear, kept in by Marsden. A poke there, and the Jaguars managed to get it out. Mike Crowley running through neutral, shoots one, save, rebound, Bianchi scores! It was Joe Bianchi on a rebound that just feathered away from Spuds goalie Troy Brecky. Bianchi has his 4th goal of this tournament, and it's 4-2 Jefferson.
Well, you could say Satterdahl knows his players, because he was saying before the game, we talked about Crawley being the best puck-carrying defenseman he's got, and he showed it right there. That's him going up ice, making a good move, good shot. Bianchi trailing the play, very quick on the puck. He's their leading scorer. You can see why. Goal scorers know where to go to get goals, and he follows up the play. Bianchi does to get the rebound off Crowley's shot, put it away, and that gives Jefferson a 4-2 lead. through sheer perseverance and doggedness of Bianchi after a great move and rush by Crowley.
Joe Bianchi, who had the hat trick against Eden Prairie, including one shorthanded goal in the quarterfinals, as I say, has 4 for the tournament and 19 for the year. And the rebound and the single assist will go to Mike Crowley. Bianchi from Crowley, the goal at 9:54 of the second period. 4-2, Jefferson the lead. Spuds back. Jason Blake. He is behind the net. He has Dean Fiore open in the slot, but he also has 2 Jaguars in his face. They go to the corner boards. Jefferson trying to clear, kept in by Justin Wagner. Throw it up high. Penguin is there waiting. A blast. It's wide off the end boards. Nothing there for Dean Fiore. He's stapled along the end boards by Ian Peterson. Pulled clear, kicked up high by Blake. That drive hit Peterson off the stick of Penguin, and a well-timed body drop block by Ian Peterson. Into the Moorhead zone now with 4:25 to go in the second period. Nicely centered, but nobody home. Here comes Jason Blake from Moorhead, and he'll bang that one down onto Randy Keppel. Again, Jefferson has been rotating goalies all year. Randy Keppel and Sean Glynn. Tom Satterdahl said earlier this week, it's Keppel on Thursday, it's Glynn on Friday, it's Keppel on Saturday if we win. The drive by Checo goes high and wide, punched in again from the point. Now all the Jags are on the off wing, and the puck sails up left side. Jabbed in by Scott Hoyt. This wheels to the corner, and here's Rhett Marsden now for the Moorhead Spuds. The Tier 1 champions of Section 8 come out 3-on-2. Jags got caught on the line change. Here's Marsden with a cut right on, and Puckle deflects to the corner. And it's cleared all the way down, and if it has enough gas on it, it'll make it for icing, and it does. 3:39 to go in the second. Jefferson 4, Moorhead 2.
That's right, and it might have been 5-2 because there was a questionable goal or no goal. Tom Reed down at the penalty box. Have you got an explanation why that was not ruled a goal, Tommy?
Well, the referee said that the puck had not crossed the goal line before he blew the whistle, and as a result, there was no goal. But it didn't take Bloomington and Jefferson long. Less than 2 minutes later, they came back and scored a goal.
And it seems right now, Tommy, that Jefferson's continuing to apply pressure, feeling even more confident than earlier.
You know, the one thing about Bloomington Jefferson, the more goals they get, the hungrier they seem to get. And they just keep on coming. They're coming in waves, a well-balanced hockey club that never stops skating.
And now they're going to be shorthanded because they got a checking from behind call at this time. And so Moorhead, that's already capitalized on one power play advantage, is going to get a power play opportunity here because going to the penalty box is Brandon Johnson checking from behind, and Moorhead trailing 4-2 with 3:33 to go in the second period.
Moorhead has a power play goal and a shorthanded goal. This is at 11:27 of the second period. Brandon Johnson for checking from behind.
You see Josh Arnold going to pick the puck up, and there's Johnson coming from behind. He did get him right from behind, and that's a call you're seeing all the way through to the pros. It was a real good rule put in because it's a dangerous hit, Doug.
That's right. You've had a lot of very serious and even career-ending injuries. That was not that sort of violence to that one, of course, but you've got to discourage it. Power play running now for Moorhead. Now the Jaguars come out again. Puck thrown deep into the Moorhead end as the Moorhead Spuds pick it up. Now it is Rob Brander. It hit traffic on a paper airplane, too, and now back out come the Spuds. Here's Greg Salvable over the line on the power play. Salvable, Jacobson trailing, wheeling behind the net. Arnold closing in off the boards for Rob Grammer. At the point, the drive by Salvable, blocked, kept in by Grammer. Power play running a minute 21 for the Spuds. Trailing now 4-2 as the second period winds along with 2:49 to go.
Good long reach by Lundin. He's 6'1", and he used all of his reach there to get that puck out of the zone.
Back in Justin Wagner on the power play for Moorhead. A minute 5 left on the Spuds man advantage. 4-2 Jefferson. Whoops, that popped away from Marsden. Short-handed, it's Checo. Save by Brecky. Rebound is a goal. Short-handed goal, his second of the tournament by Joe Bianchi, who has 5 goals in the tournament. Short-hander, and the Jaguars lead 5-2.
One player I played with once says, why don't I score any goals? Says, because you're not a goal scorer. Goal scorers, the puck comes to him. Well, it comes to him again. Here's Checo with a great play. He makes a good move, but a great save by Brecky. But there's Bianchi. He's a goal scorer. Who does the puck go to? It goes to Bianchi. Goalie's down and out. He just smells that puck. Boy, he follows up the plays. He gets goal after goal by trailing there and just bouncing on those loose pucks.
That seems almost like a ludicrously simple explanation, but it really is true. The goal scorers somehow just have that knack. They see the ice a little differently than some other guys, and they're a little luckier sometimes too. It just, they create whatever it works. It gets in.
They go to where the puck's going to come. Right. It's funny that that happens, but it happens for those guys that have the ability to score goals. They just seem to get the opportunities because they anticipate better than everybody else.
Now Bianchi has a hat trick and 2 goals in this one. 2 shorthanded goals in the tournament. 5-2 Jefferson, and the Spuds need to score badly now as the second period has but 2 minutes 5 seconds to go. Half a minute left in the Moorhead power play, and the Jaguars clear it all the way down.
Each of these clubs with a shorthanded goal, and that just tells you something about their abilities. They're aggressive. They use their strong forwards up front, their goal-scoring forwards to kill penalties, and they're not afraid to gamble. They'll take chances because they really believe that they can capitalize on turnovers and mistakes, and the opposition is on the power play.
Josh Arnold plays it out for Jason Blake. Moorhead shooting right on the save. Keppel, and will smother the puck, and 1 second left in the power play. Well, what can you do with 1 second? Actually, you can create a lot of damage in 1 second, Louis. You can win the draw, get a shot, maybe a rebound. It's going to take another couple seconds, at least for the guy to get back in the play.
1958, I saw a game with Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds and the Owen Sound Mercury's for the Allen Cup. 1959, in the period of the third period, the Sioux was trailing by 1 goal. The puck was dropped, and they scored a goal. So that does happen.
It sure does. The Owen Sound Mercuries.
Yes.
You heard it here, friends.
Tommy Burlington was playing at the time. He had 1 eye, which you can't do now in professional hockey. He had 1 eye. He played with 1 eye.
Stay with us. Yesterday we heard about the 300 Spartans, the French cavalry at Waterloo, the Picts, and now we turn Louis loose. That's the end of the power play, and Jefferson's at full strength. See, we try to make this an educational broadcast as well as good, solid entertainment. By golly, that's just our way of doing business. Haberlack, but now the other 15. Bianchi turns it away, and it feathers back down to the Moorhead end. Going to run out of gas there, and Justin Wagner will pick it up. Spuds come out of the zone, trailing now 5-2. Moorhead is in center, and here's Wagner with 2 head deeks. Over the wing boards, punched out again by Scott Blake. Did not get it out of the zone. Wagner throws it right through the deep crease. Inside left wing, last minute of play of the second period. It is pulled free by Matt Jones. 1-on-1 on Stafford. Jones backhand, and actually missed his skate, and he could not get it away. Inside the point, Hoy bangs one wide of the net. They're trying to break a guy down there. That was Johnson, who actually smacked into Troy Brecky, the Moorhead goalie. 37 seconds remaining in the second period. Boy, this game is flying along. And a very entertaining game it is. If you're a Moorhead fan, you're getting a little bit white-knuckled here because it's a 3-goal spread, but that can turn around in a hurry. Behind the net is Moorhead goalie Troy Brecky, who had a 2.4 goals against on the season coming in. Dug away, Bianchi scores his second hat trick of the tournament. How do you like it? Joe Bianchi has 2 hat tricks in 3 games, and this is a pure hat. 9:54, 12:33, 14:46. It's a pure hat trick for Joe Bianchi, and it's 6-2.
And he's congratulating the man that did all the work, Joe D. St. Hubert, behind the net, fighting off the Moorhead player, coming up with the puck, giving it to Bianchi. Bianchi, fortunately for him, he's on the right side of the net, left side when you're looking at it, and so he's got a 6-foot better angle to shoot for and hit that side. And Bianchi puts it away after a lot of work behind the net by Joe D. St. Hubert. Bianchi getting his pure hat trick, 3 in a row, all in this period. And Jefferson right now with a commanding 6-2 lead. 14 seconds to go in the second period. Shots on goal, Jefferson out shooting Moorhead 21-12. And Jefferson did not have a shot on goal in the first 7 minutes of this period. Since that time, they've had 8. And they've been putting the by goaltender correctly.
Pure hat trick it is for Joe Bianchi. Man, oh man, D. St. Hubert will get the other. Will get the only assist. 6-2 Jefferson. Jaguars sprinting free and a drive by Lundeen. Knocked away. That's the end of the second period of play, and things are crashing along. The last time a player scored a pure hat trick in the championship game of the Minnesota High School Hockey Tournament was also the only time it happened. The year was 1951. The player was John Mayasich. That is the only other pure hat ever scored in the championship game of the high school hockey tournament. His dad's the assistant coach. Joe Bianchi is a happy guy. That is the end of the second period on our TCF scoreboard. It is Bloomington Jefferson 6, Moorhead 2. TCF scoreboard brought...
There you have it on the TCF Bank scoreboard. The Jaguars marching toward a state championship.
Moorhead 2 as we return to the St. Paul Civic Center in the second intermission of the Tier 1 championship game 1992. Doug McLeod with Lou Nanny. Well, a tight game broke wide open in that period. Let's see how it started as we take a look at our stat tally brought to us by Chevrolet, the heartbeat of America, and it started off in great guns for the Moorhead Spuds in that period on a power play goal.
Moorhead had a power play and a real good play here from Kraft, goes over to Blake, and Blake just uses his speed to break in the hole and get a shot by the goaltender, and that tied the game at 2. But then the onslaught started. First we get Nick Checo. He gets down on a shorthanded goal, and Checo makes a real good play here. It gets turned over down deep by Pankratz and Checo. He gets a backhander up high. That made it 3-2 Jefferson, and then it became the Bianchi game because Joey gets 3 of them, and he just knows how to follow the play and get in the opening. Mike Crowley makes a fine rush coming up ice. Good shot away. Bianchi trailing the play, just deposits home, and that's 4-2. Then Bianchi's going to come again and again. Bianchi, who got his first goal of the game there, within 4:32, gets 3. The second goal comes as he's coming up the ice here. You see a real good play coming across the middle, D. St. Hubert, but then Bianchi gets the rebound, puts it away.
Oh.
And then Bianchi getting another one from behind the net. Turnover here, D. St. Hubert gets up with it. Bianchi in front. He just puts it by the goaltender. 3 goals for Bianchi, 4 for Jefferson, 6 in total. They lead 6-2.
Again, that was the pure hat trick by Joe Bianchi. It was not only the first championship game hat trick since 1951 when John Mayasich did it. For the Evelyn Golden Bears, it is also the fastest of all time. It took just under 5 minutes. The one by Mayasich took over 13 minutes. That was in the days of 12-minute periods. And so congratulations to Joe Bianchi. Mayasich went on, got another goal, and had 4. Well, you know, as one of our sponsors is TCF Bank. We're glad to have them with us. They've had all sorts of people tell their story over the years. We're going to take a look. We're going to go back and do a little television history now at a guy that may look vaguely familiar to you. Television commercials.
I probably had more hair, if that's what you... Hello, is this Lurtzema? Bob Lurtzema? Hi, Bob. This is Lou Nanny. Not Lou who, Lou Nanny of the North Stars. You know the North Stars. You don't? Lou Nanny, Twin City Federal. Yep, that Lou Nanny. Look, Bob, I'm going to be doing some commercials for Twin City. Well, you saw the best part of Lurtz in that one.
We have quite a collection of them. We didn't have time to show you any more, but there were several more. He actually was on one. So there's a TV blast from the past for you. Probably best deserves buried up again. Oh, yes. Now we're underway with the third period. It is Bloomington Jefferson 6 and Moorhead 2. And back out now come the Jefferson Jaguars as it's poked into the Moorhead zone. And go right back at it again. Well, the next goal, obviously, has got to be Moorhead's for this to have a chance for the Spuds to pull this thing off. Down by 4 now. And goal a little bit over every 3.5 minutes. But it can be an explosive team. Blake turned it out in front. Here is Checo to knock it away. Swung up by Krug, kept alive by Rob Grammer. They're trying to chip away here. Drive by Steve DiFiore. DiFiore, number 17 for Moorhead. And we're going to have a whistle and elbowing penalty behind the play.
That's right, and it looks like Moorhead's going to go into power play again, and they need this kind of opportunity to get a quick goal. If they can score in a power play as they did before, they could cut it to 3, and the way they can score goals, things happen quickly for Moorhead. Checo going to the box for elbowing. Moorhead trailing by 4, needing a goal here. You could expect them to take some shots from the point area because they really are being forced outside. They haven't got very good position in front of the net. Keppel's been really assisted by his defensemen here tonight. Bloomington Jefferson defensemen have done a great job.
There's a drive by Rhett Marsden. Kept at the point. Justin Wagner is there. The chance hit the goal post. Salvable. Clanged one off the post. Oh, baby, at 11 seconds of the power play. Now it has a minute 43 to run, and Jefferson clears the zone. The Spuds tonight are 1 for 2 and have a shorthanded goal against in their power play effort. This is number 3.
Salvable thought he had that when he had his arms in the air. He had the goaltender beat, but he just hit the pipe right on.
And the Jags again clear the puck all the way down. Jefferson's penalty kill has allowed 6 goals in 83 tries. It's about 6% is the opposing power play number, or 94% kill for Jefferson. Josh Arnold on the power play for Moorhead for a minute 5. Down and up and dogged by Brian LaFleur. Taken down again. LaFleur belted off it there, but here's Jefferson's Mike Crowley out of the corner, and he slams it out to neutral.
And there again, Jefferson coming up with the puck behind the net. They continue to win those battles. That eliminates all the pressure that Moorhead could put on him.
Hammer taken off it. Matt Jones shorthanded for Jefferson. They'll try and go on that big high weave and kill some time, and that killed 12 seconds right there. Now half a minute to go in the Moorhead power play. Spuds with a puck. Here they come. This is Jason Blake. Blocked by Hoig. The 217s now to the right. Kramer shoots. Save. Rebound is there. And so eventually is Randy Keppel, as he got a little help from his friends, and everybody piling on, particularly Lewis Paquin.
Well, if you see the goaltender's view, you'll see he had it all clear, and that's because his defensemen were helping him out. Grammer gets a shot from the point. Keppel's already down, but he sees the puck all the way. As the puck moves over to the right point to Grammer, he shoots the puck, and right there, seeing front all clear, he had perfect vision of the puck, and then he just pounces on it to make sure no rebound, because Paquin and Kraft were coming real quickly on that puck.
Oh, but earlier.
Oh, here's this one right off the pipe by Salvable. He's got the goalie beat.
Oh, almost hit the other pipe.
That's right. Hits the inside of the pipe, goes across, just missed the far pipe and going in.
Oh, man. You could hear the groan from the Red River all the way here. 10 seconds left in the power play, but they're going to have to put it now right back in the Moorhead zone.
Well, they're calling an intentional offside. Terry Cullen wasn't too happy with that because actually Wagner just tried to keep the puck ahead. It looked like Jefferson was going to have a breakaway. Wagner turned and just spun and hit it. It went right to Arnold, who was already in the zone. Referees called it intentional, so the faceoff comes all the way back. That's going to mean at least a 7-second difference in the power play to bring that puck up ice, and there's only 10 seconds left in Checo's penalty.
Pulled away by Steve DiFiore. The Moorhead Spuds come out. This is Jason Blake. 3 seconds in the power play. 2-1, that's it. Now Moorhead is in full strength. Peterson plays it back out for the Jefferson Jaguars, who are at full strength. In and out of the zone. Spuds bring it back. Lewis Paquin. Here's Checo. Behind the net, DiFiore nearly was able to get it. Jefferson keeps things alive in its own zone. This is Corey Peterson. Up the wing. Pop free and a chance down in Lewis Paquin. Slid it in. Off a skate. Paquin shoots. He scores. Lewis Paquin had about 3 tries from different angles there, but he dangled around and was in the right place at the right time. Full strength it is. Now it's a 3-goal game as Paquin makes it 6-3 Jefferson.
And watch how Paquin scores. The puck is almost between his skates. He tries to get the first shot away here as he's coming across, just loses it for a minute, and it gets deflected over. Now watch where the puck comes. Look at that, right on the inside of his skate. He's still got the shot away. Fortunately for him, the goalie's down and goes through him. Paquin just on the puck with some doggedness. It comes to his left skate inside, still gets position, just pushes it towards the net, and the goaltender really down. Keppel could not see it. He tried to reach out with a leg and stop it, but it went underneath.
Wow, Paquin, it's a 3-goal spread now, and there's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the 92 Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
From Grammer, so both Blake and Grammer will get assists. But Paquin just being on that puck consistently and not losing his focus, just pushed it towards the net. Didn't even get good wood on it, but it was enough to put it in.
3:25 of the third period, and the hopes of the Moorhead Spuds are rekindled again. Treble. Here is Tim McDonald and the Jefferson Jaguars breaking free. Jones launched a long one. Brandon Johnson shoots. Whoops, and it started to pop through the pads, but Brecky hauled it in. It is 6-3, Jefferson leading Moorhead. A break in the action, and we'll be right along watching along up there. Delighted to have you with us in the port cities, and we should say congratulations to Superior High School in Wisconsin, which just won the Wisconsin State Tournament.
That's good. The program up in Superior continues to get better.
Sure does.
They've developed some good hockey players up there of late.
They sure have, and they just won the Wisconsin State Championship. And in fact, our friends watching in North Dakota had their first Western team ever win their state tournament. Minot won the North Dakota State Championship. Now Moorhead breaking back in again, but it's flipped back out of the zone, and here is Moorhead's Justin Wegner. 10:39 to go. It is 6-3, Jefferson leading Moorhead in the 92 Tier 1 championship game. These teams are playing for what at this age is the most coveted piece of hardware in hockey. This is knocked up. It actually hit Wegner right in the helmet. Hold free, but DiFiore could not hold it in the zone.
Jefferson's defense loves to go defense to defense coming out of the zone, and they really are getting away with it quite a bit. The forecheck of Moorhead is coming at the one puck area. The other fella's going down low, but he's more in the center of the ice, where the Bloomington Jefferson other defensemen is usually in the corner, and so they're able to go from one corner to the other and out. And this is what they're playing for.
There's the hardware.
That's right. And Jefferson right now has got a stranglehold on it because there's 10:15 to go, and Moorhead needs another goal here in a hurry.
It got through and hit the goalpost on a drive by Marsden. Now Jefferson comes out again. How many pipe shots do you want in a frustrating game? I think the Moorhead fans are saying 2 is fine. 2's enough. 2's enough for a lifetime. Blake trying to draw a penalty, nothing going there. Bodies flying higher. Generally, the referees are letting them play, which is fine. There hasn't been stick work or anything like that in this game, and I say let them go as long as that's the case. Here's Marsden back in his own zone. Talking about Minot winning the North Dakota State Championship. North Dakota, Minnesota Mr. Hockey Awards will be announced tomorrow. One of the candidates is Brian Bonham, who's been with us. Here's a backhand that's tapped free by Krug. North Dakota award was just won by Tony Gasparini, Grand Forks goalie, the son of Gino Gasparini, the head coach at North Dakota. They beat the Gophers last night. Gophers were leading tonight. Somebody had a rather dry joke when they made the award. They said, congratulations, Tony, you've won more games than your old man. Here's the drive that goes high and wide for Checo. Gino told that story, see, so I feel free to repeat it. 9:08 to go in the third period. It's Jefferson 6 and Moorhead 3. This is High School Hockey 92 live.
Increase their lead. Pankratz coming up with the puck along the boards again to Checo. Checo making a nifty move and just getting a good shot away. It looked like Brecky just got the glove on it at the last second, but a fine play by Pankratz and a better one by Checo to get a good opportunity.
Here's Jefferson's Hoig with a drive. It is blocked. It broke his stick, as a matter of fact, and now Hoig will back check without a stick. You go through those drills, and you hope you never have to do that in a championship game, but guess what? You're also hoping some friend is going to give you a stick in a hurry. He'll go to the bench instead. Jefferson back. It was nearly 2-on-1. In fact, it was from the right side, but the shot did not come free. Now Treble turns it along the line out to neutralize. Bloomington Jefferson's Matt Jones, 1-on-1. The back checker is Jameson. Now 2-on-1. It is Johnson. Save by Troy Brecky.
Great save by Brecky because that play was executed perfectly, and Johnson had a fabulous chance. One thing Jefferson is really doing well in the game tonight, their transition game has been excellent. They are turning that puck up ice and getting breaks, 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, and Moorhead like no other team has had in this tournament. And there's a great passing play. You saw it right there. Johnson finishing it off after a pass from Jones, and Brecky making as good a save as he's made all night.
Boy, oh boy, and that was a solid one, too. 8:26 to go, 6-3, Jefferson leads. Here's Bianchi, who has a pure hat trick in the game already. For the draw against Josh Arnold. They crash right there again. And again, Troy Brecky makes the save. Now 8:23 to go in the third with a score. Bloomington Jefferson 6, Moorhead 3. This is High School Hockey 92, live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
A good chance, and that's what happens right here. Right off the draw, when Bianchi wins the face-off, Lundin gets a fabulous shot and goal. Brecky makes a save, almost loses it. He lost the vision of it, and he fell back on it to get the face-off.
8:23 to go in the third. It is Bloomington Jefferson 6, Moorhead 3. Carefully positioning the face-off. Arnold wins the draw from Bianchi, and the Spuds have the puck. Here's Rob Kramer. Looked up with man on the puck. He's got it there. If he did but know it, it is somewhere in his skate, and now Josh Arnold will come to help him and play it away. Salvable down the wing. Moorhead's doing everything to try and get around Mike Crowley, who would not let him in. Tim Jacobson played it away, kept alive by Kramer. The Spuds are there. Here's Josh Arnold, but it's snapped clear to neutral ice. And St. Hubert now pumped ahead by Lafleur. And we'll have icing on the Jaguars. 7:49 to go. It is 6-3, and Terry Cullen now has got one more goal. He wanted to come back and chip away at this, but he wants to start chipping a little faster now.
That's for sure. They definitely need a quick goal here. If they can get a quick goal, it gets the other team unsettled. You play with a lot more anxiety and adrenaline, and you just seem up more. You can expect Moorhead to start opening up and gambling a little bit. The way Bloomington Jefferson moves that puck up ice so quickly when their transition game's going, they could get some good opportunities if they get that puck down deep.
Loose at the hash mark, pulled away by DiFiore, and there's Randy Keppel.
Keppel with real good focus on that puck, because as that shot's coming from DiFiore, watch Blake, he crosses in front of Keppel. Keppel made certain that he just kept focused on the shot and froze it. Here's a shot coming from DiFiore. That's right in front of him. Blake cutting in front of him, looking for a rebound, but there's none to be had.
7:36 to go. Now Jefferson 6, Moorhead 3. If Jefferson keeps it at this, it will win. If Moorhead can pop one in, then it's doable. And here comes Paquin right in front of the net, but two back checkers back for Jefferson, and another one coming. Here is Justin Wagner. They pull it away on the wing board, snapped by Checo. Kept alive by Wagner, but they'll stop it there. Louis, I want to take a minute here while we have a moment to recognize somebody who's a very good friend of Minnesota High School Hockey Tournament. I was talking about North Dakota earlier, and it reminded me. Don Olson, who is one of the pioneer hockey broadcasters in this country, certainly in this state. Long time the manager at KTRF Radio at Thief River Falls, and a very good friend to a lot of us who worked in this press box for many years on the radio side. In the hospital, I think, in Fargo right now, and may be watching the game. And Don, if you are, I just want you to know we all think of you and hope you're going to be fine. His son Jenny is a good friend, is a news anchor in Minot now. Whence the plug for Western hockey in North Dakota, I must add. And Don, we certainly all wish you well. I know you'd love to be down here broadcasting a hockey game, and we think of you. Good luck to you. Here's the puck at neutral ice now as it's fired back into the Jefferson zone. Kept alive at the left point now. Kappas turned back out. It's 2-on-1 for Jefferson. Johnson's pass misfired on the way to McDonald, and they'll blow it down there. 6:39 to go. Jefferson 6, Moorhead 3. This is High School Hockey 92, live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
From behind, Tommy, the clock running down, you think Moorhead's going to still gamble quite a bit on this man disadvantage that they're facing?
Louis, I don't think they have any choice. They're behind by quite a bit right now. They can't afford just to sit back and try and just kill off the penalty. They've got to take some chances. They scored the shorthanded goal early on in this hockey game. That's what they have to do right now.
8:21, Marsden for checking from behind. And the Jefferson Jaguars on the power play go to the side of the net. This is their third man advantage, unsuccessful in 2 previous tries, as they were against Cloquet when they finally scored a power play goal that did the job later on. Jaguars are now 3 for 9 in the state tournament with a shorthanded goal against. Bianchi, who has a pure hat trick, leaves it for Lundin, and the drive feathers wide off the equipment of Brecky. Kept inside the point. This is Crowley waiting, lining them up. Bianchi's floating in. Here's a drive on the left side from Treble block. Treble throws it along the end boards. Shipped away by Jones. Bianchi popped there by Greg Salvavold. And the shorthanded Spuds come out. They're going for a change. You say, well, why don't they break out with that one? They got to be sure they don't have tired guys on that ice too right now.
Well, Wagner just missed DiFiore with the pass anyway. DiFiore would have gone, but the pass was just up a little too high and bounced away from DiFiore.
Yeah, if he gets the puck, he's gone. No question about that. Here comes Josh Arnold. Now, 5:35 to go. 55 seconds left in the Spuds power play. Or in the Jefferson power play, rather. Spuds shorthanded. Hoping against hope to be able to create an opportunity here. A man short. And here in the corner boards is Jason Blake. Ridden along. Boy, there was... Jones grabbed hold and skated him right out. But unfortunately, he got a holding penalty. Grabbed hold and held on too long. It was a masterful job of getting the guy out of the zone, but it was a couple steps too long, and holding is the call, and now that will negate the final 35 seconds of the Jefferson man advantage.
And there's only 36 seconds to go in that penalty, so then Moorhead will get a good opportunity. With that power play advantage coming to them, they'll have almost a minute and a half going to power play. They need another goal. They got to get it quickly. Lafleur's going off for holding. And Moorhead can play 4-on-4, and with a lot of ice like this, you can expect some good stick handling. This is the type of situation a guy like Blake that's out there for Moorhead will try and handle the puck and take it. He'll go end-to-end himself. He's got great speed, so look for him to try and carry that puck.
In the neutral zone, here's Moorhead. Each team is a man short. The puck on the stick of Anderson. Pankratz. Some people are actually leaving the building, which is kind of hard to believe in a championship game, but a lot of traffic, I guess. Jason Blake will stay. Blake goes to the corner boards, flings it off there beside the Jefferson net. The long banker out. Opgran was fishing for it, but Pankratz got there. I'll tell you, Joe Pankratz has been along the boards and in the corners this whole tournament. Here he comes to the net, works screwed off it by Opgran, and that's a penalty.
Well, that's going to be a holding call, and as you said, Doug, Pankratz has been owning the boards all night long, and he did it there. He comes up off the boards with the puck, and then he uses good speed and drives for the net. Look at how he got that leg out to fight the check off, and because he was in good position, when you got that leg out and you're leaning in, you're tough to break down, and the only way they're going to bring you down is what was taking place there when Opgran just pulled him down. So now the clock on the side of Jefferson, the manpower advantage going to be on the side of Jefferson after the penalty's up, and I'll tell you right now, Moorhead's going to have to gamble quite a bit. There's only 4:35 to go. They're trailing by 3. They got to take some chances here.
Right now it is 4-on-4 for a minute 17, and then the power play goes to Jefferson. Here comes Moorhead. Arnold with each team a man short. The shot deflected by the back checker, the opposite number 5, Mike Crowley, and that's up and out of play.
One thing Jefferson's done much better than Moorhead tonight, they drive to the net better. And they do that, they're bigger and stronger, they can get position. When Moorhead's trying to drive to the net on Jefferson, the defenseman from Jefferson, they've got some guys back there with real big size. Hoig and Treble, Anderson, they've all got some good size, and they just take those people and push them to the outside. They let Keppel see the puck, and they've just kept the lanes in the middle of Keppel wide open.
4 minutes, 23 seconds to go, at least in the third period, and right now, Jefferson with a 3-goal lead, 6-3. 1 minute, 9 seconds remaining in 4-on-4 hockey, and then Bloomington Jefferson goes on the power play. The drive by Salvavold was sticked away by Randy Keppel. Now away comes Bianchi. It's 3-on-2 for Jefferson at neutral ice. Johnson leaning, or rather that was Lundin. Pulled away behind the net, it is Rhett Marsden. Up the inboards, Arnold is there. The slice to neutral, turn back. Here comes Jefferson's Mike Crowley. Softly over. They'll wait to get everybody back on the ice here. They'll dump it in and do a change. We're 37 seconds away from a brief Bloomington Jefferson power play. An offside pass thrown from Marsden to Salvavold.
Tom, you're sitting in the penalty box with one of the defensemen of Jefferson, Lafleur. Have they been saying anything? Do they feel real confident at this time?
I can tell you right now, there's lots of smiles down here. They know they've got a very comfortable lead. They have not let up at all. While all the players are talking, they're coming over here, each saying individually, okay, here's what we have to do. Go back in the zone if the puck's there when you come out of the box. Otherwise, go back over to the bench. But they are talking back and forth. You can hear the communication down here, and you know what's helping.
How about those defensemen of Jefferson? You notice the way they're taking the man out for Moorhead. Are they just physically that much stronger than the Moorhead forwards?
I think they are right now, Lou. The other part of that is that they're getting so much help from their forwards coming back, so they're able to stand up and key in on taking those players. And this is, you know, we've heard all season long that this has been a great team, and this is a team effort all the way.
All right, Tom Reed down in the penalty box, right next to Lafleur, who gets out in 10 seconds. He doesn't get out for another half hour or so. The puck comes loose in the slot. They bang it around. Now 5 away from a brief Jefferson power play. Jaguars get it out to neutral ice. They drive the line for Nick Checo, and they are now on the power play for 37 seconds. This is their 4th one of the night. Haven't scored on it yet. A 50.6% power play on the season coming into tonight's game, and as that one's played out, 27 seconds left in the power play. 3:02 to go in the third. Jefferson 6, Moorhead 3.
That's right, and the shots on goal, 26 for Jefferson, 20 for Moorhead. But if you look at the quality chances of both teams, Jefferson has to have a decided advantage. They've had at least 5-6 good shots from the slot, more than Moorhead. There really hasn't been a lot of shots from the slot area on goaltender Keppel. A real good defensive job. No rebounds at all. They're getting cleared out of there. Doug, the defense has done an excellent job back there for Jefferson tonight.
And again, we're not picking one team over another. We're just mentioning one thing you've noticed particularly we have through the tournament. Always a couple guys back to help the goalie there for Jefferson. He's never alone or seldom by himself. And even if there was a rebound, you're going to get it cleared out. Here comes Paquin, and it's checked away by Crowley. They knock it away. Jefferson comes out again. 2 seconds one, and now Moorhead is in full strength. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the Tier 2 championship game. The Tier 1 championship game. It's 6-3 Jefferson. Now in over the line comes Blake. Taken down by Crowley. Blake was looking for a penalty. Nothing called there. Here's Rick Marsden. Hot back down by the Jaguars' John D. St. Hubert. This will be icing on Jefferson to stop the clock with 2 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the championship game.
Well, Moorhead's coach, Terry Cullen's got to be very proud of this hockey club anyway. He's here with 7 sophomores, 1 freshman, and 6 juniors. That's 14 really young underclassmen. He's got an excellent future with his team, as does Tom Satterdahl. And of course, his club's got 6 sophomores as well. They also have 10 juniors. So 2 young hockey clubs here putting on a very good display of hockey in the State High School Hockey Championship game.
3-goal lead for the Jefferson Jaguars. 2 minutes, 11 seconds to play. At the point, Moorhead's drive was tipped and smashed out of the air on the bounce by Keppel with a sure-handed grab.
Geez, and both defensemen there, Treble and his partner Hoyt, just clears the sides away, and Keppel makes a save, and that quick glove goes right up. He likes to go down quick. He goes down quick, but he's a good-sized goaltender. Got good size, and he covers the angles, and he gets right back up there after he grabs that puck.
2:07 to go. The draw to the left of the goal. Johnson. A drive by Salvavold. Cleared out by the Jaguars. Matt Jones. Now here is Brandon Johnson. Center broken up by Rhett Marsden, number 11 of the Moorhead Spuds. Along the inboards it is Tim McDonald. Now pulled away from Johnson by Josh Arnold. Out comes Moorhead. Arnold with 2 men in front of him. Cutting across the line at the blue line. Just onside. Redding firing. Save by Treble. And boy, oh boy, what an end-to-end rush by Josh Arnold. Dancing through a defensive minefield there.
Arnold, a very clever centerman. He's a real good puck handler. Great hands. And he just steps here, steps there, and he just seems to slide by people. He gets in good position for a backhand shot, but the save's made. You see Keppel, he's already down, but he grabs it with his glove. He loves to use his glove. He goes down a little quick, but he uses his glove very well, and he just snaps that puck out of there, doesn't leave any rebounds.
This is the 8th trip to the state tournament for Bloomington Jefferson. The Jaguars have won the title twice in 1981 and 1989, and a couple third-place trophies in there. No icing here. Play goes on. 90 seconds to go. Bloomington Jefferson 6, Moorhead 3. The Spuds started chipping away at this on a goal by Lewis Paquin at 3:25 of the period, but have not been able to get anything else in. Now back they go. Turned into the corner it goes. Marsden fires, deflected off the equipment of Peterson. Pop back down to the corner. Hoig is there. Checked by Peterson and taken down in the corner. Dusty Anderson is on now for Jefferson. Jaguars clear. Pancratz cannot get it out. Last minute of play of the game. 6-3. Jefferson coming back 2-on-3. Nick Checo is there. Floating Krug to the slot. Here's Pancratz trying to get around Grammer. It feathers through the goal crease and they go to the corner. Justin Wegner, and that is snapped out of play. And now 44 seconds remaining. And the hopes of the Moorhead Spuds are pretty well shot now as the Jefferson Jaguars, a very young team, have come on to do it here. And a smiling Tom Satterdahl has just about figured he's got his 3rd championship locked up here.
Well, you can't blame him. He's been coaching there for 19 years. And I'll tell you, he's got the feel that he's really got the makings of a superior hockey club here. This team being so young, yet being so good and having so much depth and talent, he has got the feel that he's got a couple more years to be coming back here. And they really check very well for a young team. That's the most impressive thing about the hockey club. It's not like they got one outstanding individual or another. They're well balanced, and they do all the little things right. They work hard, they're quick, and they love to check. They check real well.
The Jefferson band is counting down from 30 seconds at the moment. Right now it's 21 seconds left in the game. Moorhead's Justin Whitener is there. That goes to the corner. Salvador crashing in, blasted to the boards by Brian LaFleur. 13 seconds remaining in the game. High puck battled down at the point by Joel Jamieson. Here on the right side is Salvador. Fires it behind the net. 3 seconds to go. Last drive is blocked. And the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars have the hardware. Here it goes on their 8th trip to the Minnesota High School Hockey Tournament. The Jefferson Jaguars. Tom Satterdahl, John Bianchi, his longtime assistant, celebrating, have won their 3rd Minnesota High School Hockey Tournament championship and the first ever of the newly designated Tier 1. The final score is Bloomington Jefferson 6 and Moorhead 3. The only goal of the period scored by the Moorhead Spuds at 3:25. But the Jefferson Jaguars are the 1992 Tier 1 champions of the Minnesota High School Hockey Tournament.
Well, they played a superior game. It was a real fast-paced game. Both clubs have speed. They got quickness. I think Jefferson had a little more size and strength, and that was a telling factor. If there was one really noticeable difference, it was the strength in front of the net of the Bloomington Jefferson Hockey Club versus the Moorhead team. Bloomington Jefferson is a tenacious, checking hockey club and a team that uses its body very well. They make contact with the people. They're not shying away at any time. They play right through the man. They know it's a part of the game, and the people that have the size and strength use it effectively. They play it clean, but they play it smart. They make certain that their goaltender can see pucks, they clear rebounds, and they always keep certain that they can come up with the pucks along the boards.
The final, the Jefferson Jaguars 6, the Moorhead Spuds 3. The fastest pure hat trick in high school hockey history was scored here tonight by Joe Bianchi, only the second one ever. Let's go down now to Tom Reed with a happy Joe Bianchi. Tommy?
Oh, thanks very much, and we are with the state champions right now. One of the guys who made it happen, the sophomore center, Bloomington Jefferson, Joe Bianchi. And Joe, I guess first of all, right now you have to look at the team victory. What you did personally is secondary to what this team has done here tonight.
It's amazing. We've done it as a team all year, and we finally did it. I can't believe it.
Joe, tell us a little bit about the hat trick. A pure hat trick for you in a matter of 4 minutes and 52 seconds. You broke a record held by Butsy Erickson, 11 minutes, a little over 11 minutes he did in. 2 hat tricks in this tournament. Obviously, the timing was right for you.
Yeah, I don't know. The puck just came out, and I shot in net last night in that Cloquet game. I hit the crossbar. I guess I was due tonight. In the first game, I don't know. I didn't score against Kennedy. I scored a few other games in the semis, but I don't know. Things were happening. My teammates really helped me out. They did all the work. I was just garbage, man.
Joe, the one thing that we've heard so much about this year is the fact that Bloomington Jefferson has been such a great team. Not the individual player. They never seem to want to promote that. What they want to do is promote the team, and your coach has done that, and I can tell by the smile on his face and everybody else's that this really has been a team all season long.
Yes, it has. If you notice that our stats don't be as higher than 50 points or whatever, we're balanced scoring. We do it as a team. There's no individual out here.
2 hat tricks in this. Any reason why the big reason for the success of your shots going in all the time?
Luck. That's all I have to say.
Well, that's good luck, not bad luck. Congratulations. And with us right now is also the winning coach, a 3rd title for Bloomington Jefferson, and this man has made it happen. Tom Satterdahl, you have to be proud of these fellows right now.
Yes, we are. Tom is great. It's just the greatest thing. It's a new group of kids. They deserve it. What a great kids.
Tom, let's go back to last night. A very tough game against Cloquet, but your team never lost their composure. I said to you before the game that it looked like the guys never, ever gave up. They always knew and they had it focused in their mind that this is where they wanted to be.
Yep, that's right. This group of kids had so much pressure to start the season down. You remember, we were ranked #1 with 5 seniors, and they were under so much pressure, and they had a job to do, and they were focused, and they did it. They're just a great job.
If you could pick out 1 or 2 points about this, about the success, what would you say they were?
Together. They worked together. They could care less who's the hero. I mean, all you have to do is look at our standing. We have nobody. In the Lake Conference Red scoring, we had no one in the top 10. but we had a bunch of guys with 20 points or so. And that's what it takes, a bunch of guys working together.
Well, congratulations. A big smile once again like there was last night. We certainly congratulate from everybody here at Channel 9.
Thank you, Tom.
Tom Satterdahl, the coach of Bloomington Jefferson, the state champions in 1992. Let's go back upstairs.
All right, Tom Reed, a happy guy. You know, you can't win it too many times in your life. If you won it every year for 100 years, I think that guy would be just as enthusiastic and just as happy, Tom Satterdahl. And they beat an outstanding team here. The Moorhead Spuds, coached by the Minnesota High School Hockey Association choice as 1992 Coach of the Year, Terry Cullen. Final score, the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars 6, the Moorhead Spuds 3. Now we'll join the public address announcer, Dick Stanford, for the awards.
Ryan Kappas. Rob Grammer.